Welcome back, my friends. We all, of course, know those famous red kettles that we see each Christmas, right? But the Salvation Army works throughout the year to support our communities and those in need. We are delighted, to say the least, to be joined today by Rick Horton, former pitcher and now broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Marty Lyons, president and CEO of Ameren Corporation, this year's, get this, co-chairs of the Salvation Army Tree of Lights campaign. Ricky, Marty, nice to have you both here.
Great to be here.
Thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and they're going to stick around for GDXL too, which we're very excited about. Apparently, Ricky won the coin toss because I'm going to start with you.
Good.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement as co-chair and what this means on a personal level to you to be able to help the Salvation Army this way.
Matt, I'm honored to be a part of this year, the 75th anniversary of the Tree of Lights, I might add. I've been a longtime supporter of the Salvation Army. I know the work that they do, and of course you mentioned the kettles, but the work that goes on all year long, and it's kind of a kickoff to the holiday season. I think if you're a person that's been in St. Louis for a long time, you know how important this is and how great the work of the Salvation Army is.
No doubt about it. Speaking of people that have been around St. Louis for quite a while, Marty, how did you become involved with the Tree of Lights campaign?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm just happy to be here representing the more than 9,000 Ameren coworkers we have, because they've all been involved with the Salvation Army for many, many years. Ameren's a supporter, but all of our coworkers get involved in, ringing bells, I should say, kettles. The tree that goes up in Keener Plaza, our coworkers put that up. But the big thing is the Salvation Army does such great work in the communities we serve in Missouri and Illinois. You've seen them at work when there have been disasters like flooding we've had in recent years. They work with families in need, veterans in need. They work with youth in need. Every dollar that goes to the Salvation Army helps someone in need in our communities, and that's why we're so involved.
I'm glad you brought up some of those specific examples, because they're just more visible this time of year. But to both of your points, the reality is they're helping the local community throughout the year.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's ambitious goals too. Yeah. The goal this year with the Tree of Lights campaign is to raise $6.2 million,
wow,
but $12 million throughout the 150 counties that the Salvation Army serves in both Missouri and Southern Illinois. And there's a lot of needs. We all understand that. And I think the Salvation Army, for people that are thinking, boy, I want to help, don't know how to do it, the Salvation Army is trusted, and they're on the front line. They understand the real needs of real people, 12 months a year.
So let's talk about how the real people watching right now can get involved, because obviously you guys are passionate about this. We want to get everybody excited about it. Marty, how can people get involved and try to make a difference?
Well, the easiest thing is bell ringing. So I mentioned our coworkers get involved in that every year in Illinois and Missouri, and anybody can get involved, you and your friends. You just go to registertoring.com. You can get involved that way. Another way, you can set up a virtual kettle, which is something I've already personally done. You can do that and send note out to your family, friends, maybe compete against others. That's a great way. And then I think something that's really been emotional for me is just to see the gifts piled around the angel tree. So a lot of businesses in town. We set up one in our downtown headquarters. People bring in toys for kids, clothing items, other necessities that go to children in need around our region during the holiday season. And you can get involved with that through salarmy.org, so the Salvation Army's website, and get involved in those things.
You two are going to be joined at the hip here for the next 24 hours or so, because I know you're both going to be at the tree lighting ceremony just across the street here tomorrow. Ricky, tell us about that.
It's 5 o'clock at Keener Plaza. We would invite folks to come out and see us. And of course, it's the kickoff, as we mentioned, to the holiday season. And it really kind of starts this season of us extending hope to people. And I think that's the great way for me to describe what the Salvation Army does, meeting people on the front lines with their needs and providing some hope.
Perfect way to put it, extending some hope. This holiday season, more important than ever. Thank you guys very much. Once again, the Salvation Army's 75th anniversary, how about that, of the Tree of Lights tree lighting ceremony is tomorrow, November 19th, 5 in the evening, Keener Plaza. News 4's own Corey Stark and Samantha Jones will be down there, along with Ricky and Marty, as a part of that lighting too. For more information, visit salarmymidland.org. And again, Kent and Laura, as I mentioned, you got to stick around. We're going to talk about this more on today's Great Day Extra Live. GDXL kicks off on Great Day's Facebook page about 10:15 this morning. Join us, chime in. GDXL is brought to you by the Bommarito Automotive Group.